You, me, or nobody is gonna hit as hard as life. But it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done.
Can't stop me. Brant cast. Never be stopped. All right, welcome to Brantcast. I'm pretty excited today. I got my boy Leigh here.
Yeah,
what's going
up,
on,
guys?
Rick?
How you doing, man? Proud to be here, man. I'm proud to be here with you and talk about what we're going to talk about. I'm real excited about this, and I see this doing big things, man.
Well, I appreciate you coming, man. This has been up and coming. I've worked hard to get this put together, man. I don't know. We can go ahead and jump right into it, man.
Okay.
And a shout out to Brendan. It's my son. He's really helped me get this together. Me and technology just don't get along, so it would have been a rough one without him.
Oh yeah. Well, you got the new generation with the old school souls, so we're going to make this nice tonight.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, all right. I want to start out talk a little bit about your past, my past, where we're at, what you're doing with these kids is amazing. You inspire me, man. You know, real shit. You inspire me. I try to find 5 people to look up to and people that I want to be like, and that's what I drive. My drive is all to be like that. And you're huge in my book. I like your style. Your style is to me, your style is still like, I wouldn't say hood, but it has what do they call it? Like it still has the culture that you have, that you bring into everything, even your videos to work on the council and everything, or the kids can relate to them. In other words, they're not, you know what I mean. You break them down very well.
Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate that. That means a lot to me. That's what I thrive on, is to get the kids' attention. I don't want to never be a person that can preach something but's never been through it. You don't want a football coach or a basketball coach ever to give you information if they never stepped on the court or the field. So I feel like we've been in the battlefield, and whatever these kids go through, there's going to be something we can relate to and give it to them raw, and let them know that's where we're from too. Absolutely. We're from there, and we made a lot of mistakes, but now it's time for me to show them what paths to go through, what lanes to stay in, and let them know the truth, man. If you make this left or if you make this right, things ain't going to be good. You got to stay on that straight and narrow, because I can tell you what left and right will get you, and I can tell you what straight will get you. Let's go straight. Please trust me. Let's not go left and right. And that's what I tell my kids. I got 5 kids, and I tell them all the time my stories. I tell them, I know what you're going to do tonight. I already know what you guys are going to do, but I'm going to tell you what to do the right way so you can come home. So
yes, absolutely.
Yeah, you don't end up in jail or dead.
Absolutely. That's what I tell my son all the time. I try to tell him stories. You know, I'm going to tell a little story. I was in Kentucky, and me and my old lady, I was on drugs still. Me and my old lady got into an argument, and I ended up in a bar in Louisville, Kentucky. Well, I have all this money. I had about $1,400, and I'm like, oh, well, I'm going to go get some drugs. Well, I sit at this bar with these guys, and we're drinking, and I'm waiting for him to call his dude, meet his dude. Well, he's like, you're going to ride with him. And me not thinking, I'm drinking, my mind is foggy, and I'm just kind of like, all right. So I jump in the car, and right when I got in the car, I knew, like, this isn't going to work out good. I just knew, like, you get that feeling. I'm like, this is going to be bad.
It's that energy.
Yes, he takes me to a apartment complex, and it's like his fenced-in area. And I knew it was him and this girl, and I'm sitting in the back seat. He gets out of the driver's seat, and right when I knew what was about to happen, and he puts a gun to my head, and he's like, "Give me your money," right? And he laid me down. He lays me down on the ground. So, my heart's pumping like crazy. He lays me down on the ground, and I give him the money, and I had some pills too, and I was wearing sweatpants. And he's like, I know you got some pills, give me them too. And I was like, nah, I ain't got nothing. And he ended up like, he got me for everything. And then the craziest thing is, I don't know anybody in Kentucky. He could have killed me and nobody would even known until somebody found me. Listen, some lady yells, she says, don't kill him. And he looks over, and that was the only thing. I don't know if he was going to kill me or not, but with the gun to your head, laid out on the ground. You know what I mean? It could have happened. So he takes off in the car. I run, jump the fence. Then I run to the cops, and I was high. Cops didn't believe me. They thought I was making it up.
Wow.
But it's just crazy, the stories that, it's places that drugs took me. If I wasn't on drugs, first off, I'd have never got kicked out of my old lady's house.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's a downward swirl that just keeps ripping you down and down and down until you have no layers left.
Yes. What made you, like, what was your turning point? When was your turning point that you was like, this is enough, I'm going to start being positive and being the person you are, you know what I mean?
Well, to be honest with you, it would have been when, the first turning point would have been when I got my wife, met my woman, Keishana. She's really good with me. She knows how to calm me down, talk to me. But still at the time, that wasn't enough. I was still getting in trouble, just not on an amped up version. So the kicker was my kids. Once my kids came into this world, man, that's when I started to straighten up. I started to see I have to, well, for one, when your kid's born, it's one of the most beautiful things in the world. As soon as you see him, I got tears in my eyes.
No, was there like a certain thing that did it, or you just kind of was like, okay, let me take it back. You've been incarcerated, correct?
Yes.
Okay, can we talk a little bit about that?
Oh yeah.
Okay, why, and how was that? How was it?
You see, what happened was, let's just start back from the beginning.
Okay.
All right, we'll start back from the beginning. We'll start from when I was a child. Growing up, I grew up in the worst part of Bel Air. It's called First Ward. Very rough neighborhood, roughneck type of thing. You're either fighting, playing sports, fighting, or playing sports.
Yeah.
There isn't nothing else to do. So, and down there, nobody has the best equipment, the best shoes. It's just rough-nosed stuff down there. So, growing up, I just had a little bit rough with my mom and dad not being together. They got separated. I got tossed around, ended up with my grandma. As a young boy growing up with a grandma as your superior, she got a lot of
free range.
Yeah, she got a lot of rules too, though. And I didn't want to obey them rules just because of some things that happened to me. Around 3 or 4, I was sexually molested by somebody in my house, that was supposed to be trustworthy and supposed to take care of you, or you're supposed to trust in them. You're always supposed to trust your adults around you.
Absolutely.
And, sometimes those adults aren't the role models that you want around you or you thought were good to be around you. So I dealt with that situation, and that put so many demons inside of me that it was hard to bear. I actually at the time didn't know why I was so angry inside, why I was so mean, but it was from that situation, because to me, now I have to prove I'm a man. I got taken advantage of as a child. Now I have to prove I'm a man. So becoming a man to me was going out and getting into as many fights as possible, going out.
Toughest on the block.
Yeah, toughest on the block. You challenge me, win or lose, I'm fighting. It doesn't matter. And then that led with, all right, so now I'm going to probably go out and get in some trouble because that's the cool man thing to do. Now I'm going to go out with my friends and party hard and get in trouble.
You had to prove yourself.
Yeah, next thing I know, we're breaking into cars and stuff. So a lot of things go on with that, which takes me through elementary, middle school, high school. Now I have this chip on my shoulder all the time, and if somebody touches it, there's a fight, which now that's starting to ruin opportunities for me. I was a really good athlete. I could compete with the best of them in basketball and football, and I was always always fast. So
yeah, I got to play with you a year.
Yeah, you got to play. Yeah, Bridgeport. So I had some talent and skills I could have did things with, but always getting in trouble, always not showing up for certain things, practices, just being not mentally stable because of the chaos inside of you between good and bad, and the demons in there that tell you things in your head that makes you feel like that you're not a man. To me, that situation that happened to me when I was 3 or 4, ruined me for a lot of years, and I have to get those years back. So, getting into a lot of fights. So one morning, about 2003, I'm driving through Bridgeport, and there's two guys in the road, and the guys are in the road dribbling a basketball, a little bit older than me. I honked the horn. They turned around and they said some things to me, and I'm trying to get to my destination. They're in my way. I'm a little upset. So the one guy slams the basketball off the hood of my car. So I'm all right. So I opened up the car, I jumped out, and I said some things to him. I'm like, man, you don't know who you're messing with, because I'm about to get what I got for you, and you're both going down. So I pop my trunk. I go to my trunk and pull out 2 Bondo sticks. They're these sticks that they come down the forearm of your arm and out here, and they're about 3 inches, and then you box with them. So I grabbed those. Since it was 2-on-1, I was going to bring my buddies with me. So then I got to the front of the car, and the guy's still talking, and he said he's going to get me. So I just started cracking him with those sticks. He falls, bleeding. The other guy ran away. I got in my car and put the sticks to the side and took off. Next morning, the house is surrounded by police. I'm watching the Olympics, eating breakfast, and I hear a bang bang on the door. Opened it up, and I knew I was in trouble. I think the neighbors got my license plate number, sent it to the cops, and they came and got me. That was my big trouble there. That's when I got locked up. I did 2 years for that. That was a felonious assault.
Now, how was your stay? Where'd you go, Noble?
Yeah, I was out Noble.
Now, how was that?
There's politics in there.
Absolutely.
And there's a lot of street smarts. Street smarts and politics is what gets you through the situation. So you got to get in there and learn the the politics of the place. So that's what I did. First year was an adjustment process. It was just getting with the right people and minding my business and getting a routine. Finishing the day in sections. I don't think about a whole day. I think about sections. I get to one section, I accomplish that. I feel good. Get to my next section, accomplish that. Before I know it, I'm building good progress, and time's going by. I'm reading books, working out a lot in the yard, stuff like that.
Now,
so,
do you think that you getting in that trouble and getting incarcerated? Do you think that in a way built you to who you are? Because I know from me being locked up, I've never been to the penitentiary, but I got probably about 7 years in the county jail. I don't ever want to go back, and I think that all the time spent in there it was what raised me and made me the person I am, because I don't take things for granted anymore. People take things for they take opening the refrigerator and getting something cold to drink for granted, or food, or not being around people you don't want to be around, fighting for nothing. I mean, but you have to. You can't. When you're in there, it's not like somebody says something to you like out here, you can turn around and walk away. You turn around and walk away, then okay, next thing you know, they're taking your food, they're taking your. I mean, so it's like drop your things and you got to fight no matter what.
That's right.
And I'm trying to make it, because I don't want my kids to go through that. And even with your situation, I'm sure at the end of the day, you wish that, now that it's over, it built you into who you are.
Yeah.
But you could have took care of that situation a whole different way. If you were you now, I'm sure that would have never, ever happened.
It would have never happened. It's one of those situations that you think in your head over 1,000 times, what did I do that for? I could have did this, I could have did that, but it was too late. I let my anger and my pride take me down a road I didn't want to be in for 2 years.
Absolutely.
So, but I think, yes, that's what started to change me right away was... Well, first was my wife, then my kids, then that situation. Being that I didn't have a wife at that time. She was still my fiance, and we only had one daughter. So the life of a child while you're incarcerated, thinking about them growing without you, is one of the most horrible things that you could even possibly think of. I mean, it's torturous.
Yep.
I could think about 20 different torturous things I'd rather go through than thinking about who's around my daughter, who's around my wife, who's around my kids. Are they being treated right? I don't want to see their first step be taken while I'm in here. I don't want to see them talk while I'm in here. So, I mean, that situation, that you sit in there and you think, you get in touch with yourself, man.
You sure do.
I mean, it breaks you down to nothing. I mean, you have nothing. You think of, you know, if it's the first time, the first couple months, you're thinking the most negative things. Man, I don't want to be here.
Yeah.
You know, I wish this was over, man. I just might as well die, man. I hate this. I can't go through this. And then once you know, get inside your head and come to the illusion of, you know, why you're there and what you did to get there. It was nobody else's fault. You know, you can't blame other people.
No.
You know, this life, so many people want to blame people and want to count people for themselves, like say, you know, this person did this and that's why I am the way I am. That's not true.
And this is the thing, it's funny you say that, because I always tell my kids, I tell anybody, it doesn't matter, like, nobody can make you mad.
Yes.
Nobody. You can't get mad. Nobody can make you angry. Nobody can make you do anything. You choose to be mad. You choose to make a bad decision. You choose that. Yeah, somebody can say something you don't like, but you don't have to react to them. You know, like a big thing is, you know, you grow up when you can take control of your feelings, control of, you know, when you have control.
Yep.
You know what I mean? When you lose control, then you're still a kid. You still got a lot of learning to do.
You do.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, and then, I want to tell this one story. I went to a treatment center in Ironton, Ohio. Well, I'm down there, and one of my buddies down there, he we ended up becoming good friends. He's like 18. I was like a father figure to him. He didn't have no father. He just had his mom. Well, we both take a pass, and I didn't have anybody down there. My family didn't mess with me. I mean, I had nobody. I was by myself. So I'm like, yeah, I'll take a pass with you. Well, he's got his girlfriend's car. Well, we're in the car. He was like, I had a license. He didn't have no license. This is why I say, let everybody hold everybody accountable. Anyway, we get in the car. We're going down the interstate. It's like Route 7, going 55 miles an hour, and he's going 70. I see a Stady pass us.
Uh-huh.
I'm like, dude, the Stady, I seen him whipping around. I'm like, man, we're about to get pulled over. He takes off flying. I'm like, dude, like, I wasn't in there through the court or nothing. I turned myself in because I wanted to get my life together. And I'll tell you why I did. I'll tell you why I turned myself in after this. But he ends up, I'm like, pull over. So he goes to make this turn, and I knew we weren't going to make the turn. We end up in a ditch. He totals the car. Well, the cop passes us. Well, we get out the car. He's like, man, will you take the hit for me? You got a license. And I'm like, yeah. I'm like, all right. I mean, I'm solid, dude. I take the hit for him. Cop comes. He's like, who was driving? I'm like, I was driving. Cop says, I know you weren't driving. I'm like, yeah, I was. So he takes us in the car one by one. I'm the last person to get in the cop car. He's like, listen. He said, there's not too many people like you. He's like, I know you weren't driving. He said, you're lucky that everything happened the way it did and everything's going down like this, because he said I was going to take the driver to jail for fleeing and eluding, felony fleeing and eluding, you know what I mean, and reckless op, all kinds of stuff. Well, he just hit me with the reckless op. So, you know, that happens. I end up getting kicked out of the treatment center, and my dude ends up completing the treatment center. Well, I end up in jail, and then I get out. Well, I call him, because that's the only person I got down there. He's out. I'm not. By this time, I caught a case. I'm on house arrest. I'm in this treatment center. So I call him. I'm like, hey, man, I need you to bring me some stuff. I need clothes. I need whatever. He's like, all right, I'll be there tomorrow. Well, that night, we're outside, and I hear all kinds of cop sirens, whatever, and I'm like, whatever. Well, then I get a phone call. The kid had stolen a four-wheeler, and he hit a car head-on. Well, now he's a vegetable. Now he's brain dead. Now, I look at it like this. If I would have let him deal with his consequence instead of me jumping and taking care of it, that wouldn't have happened. I know it's not my fault, but just that one little situation changed his whole life.
Yep.
Changed his mom's life. So it's just like just let people deal with their own stuff, and there's saving somebody is enabling them to make another mistake.
Oh, that's true.
I mean,
it's making the right decisions at the right time. A lot of life is right decisions.
Absolutely.
It's going left or right. You know, you don't know. There's always a good way a situation is going to end, and there's always a bad way. And it's up to you, and your body's not always going to want to let you go the way that's better for you, because sometimes the bad way is, funner. Sometimes the bad way is a better time. But the right way, you will know, and if you make that, you'll see as your life progresses, it gets easier. Because when you start making these wrong turns, you got to pick yourself up from a knockout, man, and you got to start climbing that mountain. And every time you go down that path, it's a longer climb.
Absolutely.
So it's better just to gradually progress.
Slow and steady wins the race.
Slow and steady wins the race.
Well, you know, I want to put back, and when I decided about 5 years ago, I decided to get clean. I'm like, I ended up, okay, I had a newborn son, and I actually don't even get to see him right now. My wife's sister won't let us see him. But anyway, I have him. My wife goes to prison, so it's just me and this baby. My mom didn't mess with me, nothing. So I'm on drugs. The baby gets taken from me. My wife's in prison. Like, it was like I lost everything. I had I couldn't even. Nobody would let me even stay at their house. That's how it was. Just like I was garbage. I mean, I don't blame them. I was garbage. So that I was like, it's time to clean up. And that's when I went on my trip to get clean. And I've had my mistakes, and I've, you know, fell. But, you know, from homeless to house, you know, bike, car, van, you know, like I was able to go buy. Our 75-inch flat screen broke today. I was able to go buy a new one. Yeah, I could have never done that on
that
drugs.
Makes you feel good.
Yeah, you know, I mean, I could have never done that.
Feel good. Yep, that's a beautiful thing.
No, go.
So, and that's what I'm saying, man. Like we were talking, it's getting yourself together, getting your mind right, taking people who bring you down and just getting rid of them.
Absolutely.
You know, if you're not around me for a good cause, or if you're not around me for a positive energy, you got to go.
You have to.
Life's too short to have these negative voices in your head all the time, these situations that could get you in trouble, pulling you down when you're trying to come up. So you have to start knocking off dead weight, and sometimes some of the dead weight might be a friend of yours for a lifetime, but you know, you got to look them in the eye and be true with them.
Absolutely.
You know, by this point in time, if you're still feeling like weight to me, man, we got to part ways, because I have a plan to go here, and I can't get here if I'm still with you. It's not nothing against you. It's just your ways is pulling me down.
Yep. I really feel like energy from people, you start to catch momentum.
You do.
And you move to the top. You know, it's just like the saying, you are what you hang out with, just for the simple fact, guarantee if my best friends are 5 rich guys, guarantee within a couple years, guess who's rich?
You.
I bet I am.
Yes.
You know what I mean? I learned it when I was a kid. I decided I thought I was going to be this big drug dealer. And, you know, the guy that I messed with, he always told me, you know, if you hang out with people to get money, you'll get money. If you hang out with broke people, you're going to be broke. And it was the truth.
Yeah.
You know, it was the truth. That was one of the things that stuck with me my whole life. And now I'm trying to surround myself with nothing but positive. I'm trying to go to the top, flat out. I mean,
that's why I broke in to the kids. That's why I created a program that offers free training for the kids that are in need. You know, the kids that have it rough, because those kids are diamonds in a rough. And if you let them go on their way and somebody doesn't guide them correct, they're ruined, man. I mean, there's nothing to them. But if you polish them up a little bit, show them right from wrong, give them some confidence, let them see, you know, what they're really capable of, then what that does is it polishes them down to a pure diamond, and you can see that inside of them. And, you know, growing up in First Ward, getting in trouble all the time, I experienced things that these kids now growing up are going to experience, and I want to be that role model saying, hey man, I'm telling you, I've been here before. I know where this is going to take you for the next so many years. Come on with me, let's go this way, and I'm telling you, the results are going to be spectacular, but you got to go through this way. And it's not always easy, but there's always a way to get things done right.
Now,
so,
what is that called? What's your to just so people know what you're talking about?
So we created RL Strength and Conditioning, and our motto is lions only. So to me, a lion, the king of the jungle, you know, lions aren't always the biggest and baddest and fastest, but they're unfearful. You know, they take on life and they take on everything with aggression and a purpose. And you're not going to back a lion down, you know. He could be outnumbered by 9 hyenas, and he's going to stay and he's going to stand his ground and fight. You know, and it's not always about winning. It's about getting knocked down and getting back up.
Absolutely.
You know, so you get knocked down, that's all right. You get back up. It's when you don't ever get back up, that's when the problem occurs.
Absolutely. And I'll also put the information, so if anybody's interested.
Yes.
And you also do, how's the sponsoring work? Just so I can add that on there. If anybody wants to sponsor, you're more than welcome to be a sponsor. It'd be awesome, actually.
Oh, yeah, that would be awesome. So how we do it is any kid in this valley is absolutely free for the program, as long as you're 4 years old. That's when the motor skills is good and you can do the exercises. 4 to senior year, absolutely free. Anywhere in the valley, you can come and train. We do weightlifting, cardio, we do strength and conditioning, we do boxing, we do skills training. So you can come and get a good workout. And you know, we're not the world's gym, but you don't need fancy equipment to get strong. All the fancy equipment nowadays imitates old school technique.
Absolutely.
So we got weights, we got a boxing ring, we got a UFC cage, we got punching bags, we got everything you need to build a good foundation, be faster, stronger, quicker. You don't have to be a boxer. Football players, wrestlers come, basketball players, we even have cheerleaders there. You know, it's just when you're strength from head to toe and you're strong all over, there's nothing you can't do. You know, and then you're just healthier in life.
Yeah, absolutely.
It gives you a healthier life.
Well, that's why, you know, I started running. I run a lot of miles. I try to run 50 a week, which the last couple of days I haven't. But I try to do 50 a week, and I'll tell you what, man, like that's what gives me the energy to be able to, it makes me want to do a bunch of positive stuff, man.
Then you get them endorphins going, and then you just feel like you're walking on clouds.
It's like I call it my high.
Okay.
You know what I mean? That's like, I'm a junkie for running.
Yeah, and then if you don't run for a couple of days, you're going to be upset.
Yep.
You're going to be like, man, I got to get to run. So that's a good habit to have, man. And then the program has sponsorship. So what we like to do is we go around to local businesses and see if they want to be a part of this. We have the youth of the future in our program. We have 56 kids, and you know, we don't charge anything. So any donation or sponsorship to us from your company, some people donate money, some people donate gift cards, some people donate equipment. Anything, you know, we take in to make the program bigger and better for the kids. We do gift card giveaways. If they're working hard, you know, the fastest kid or the most hustling kid gets a gift card, so we can do that. Also have a sponsorship program with just a kid and a person. So I have the community get a hold of me and say, for instance, Kim Smith gets a hold of me and says, hey Rick, I want 2 kids to sponsor. So I would give her 2 kids. You know, if Kim's picky, she'll say, I want a boy or a girl, or just give me any 2 kids. It doesn't matter. And then you reward them for hard work and dedication. So say they do good in school. They haven't talked back to mom and dad and they're coming to workouts consistently. We give them a brand new hoodie, or a brand new pair of boxing gloves, or a brand new deluxe gym bag. And we start building from there. And then it teaches you a good work ethic, because anything in life, as you know, Brant, you got to wake up and go to work.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you don't always feel like going to work, but to get your job done, get your bills paid, and take care of your family, you have to. So we have to instill a hard work ethic in these kids. And that's where my sponsorship comes in. It teaches them how to work for something they want, and then they get it. So
absolutely,
I like to instill that, and I think that will create a lot of young generation coming up wanting to work hard, because I feel like the new generation are lazy.
They're more than lazy.
You know, I think these stimulus checks and these unemployment checks ruined a lot of people. You know, I work in the healthcare field, and it's hard to get people coming and staying and wanting to work. So I see like people coming, they might work a couple of days and then they quit. So I like to instill a good work ethic, because if you know, nobody can take your hustle away, nobody can take your determination and your grit away. And I believe you can be born with all the talent in the world, but hard work beats talent when talent don't work hard.
It does.
And if you're ready to get out and grind, it makes you a scary person.
You know what? I told my stepdaughter yesterday, because she helps me a lot. She does a lot for me. She needed her cell phone broke, so first thing I did was went down and got her cell phone fixed for her, and I knew that she lives for a cell phone.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I take it down to Bridgeport at cell phone place, and I forget what it's called, cell phone repair, or cell repair or something. Anyway, I take it down, get it fixed. She does some stuff for me, and I just told her how important having a work ethic. Like, it's not, I said, I don't care what job you go to, what you could do, my dad gave me my work ethic.
Yeah.
So no matter where I go, even if I don't know what I'm doing,
Yep.
I work hard. So I'm always at the top in no time at all.
Yes.
Just because I work, I show up on time and I do my job.
That's
you
right.
don't have to do anything special.
You don't.
You just got to do your job. And nowadays, these kids, they don't. It's different. It's just a whole different world.
It's
man.
really different, and it's kind of like a puzzle. You got to kind of put them together. There's some old school still in these kids, and then there's this new school stuff where it's technology, cell phones, and wanting to lay and give up and not put in a forceful effort. Now, when we were young, it was outside. We play until the lights come on,
Absolutely.
and we would beg to not come in.
It's not like that anymore.
But now, you send the kids out to play, and they're like, "What did I do wrong?" They think they're punished. I'm like, "No, outside playing's fun, man. Get outside and get some exercise. Laying on your gadgets all day on the couch, it's not too good. I mean, it's something to do to reward yourself every now and then. But when you make it a daily habit, it's not good.
Absolutely.
So and that's another big thing with the program. It gets kids off the couch, away from their supplies and their gadgets, and they come out and they work hard and they get like a cardio workout. It's good for their heart, their body, their mind. Makes them feel good about themselves.
Hey, another thing I want to talk about here is, so what are you getting ready to run for?
Yeah, I'm going to get ready to run for City Village Council, or I would say Bel Air Village Council. There's 2 seats available, and I was born and raised in Bel Air. I was born at Bel Air Hospital, raised in First Ward, had some of my best times in Bel Air, had some of my worst times in Bel Air. Lived in the worst sections of the neighborhood, watched my friends grow up, get in trouble, watched their kids grow up, get in trouble, and it's time to give back, time to help, time to guide. People are so busy to grow up and move out of here. Well, I want to grow up and help save this place. I think it's a beautiful place, man. I love the Ohio Valley. I love Bel Air. I love the people here. I love our own culture, our own slang. But I want to help, man. I don't want to run and better just myself. I want to better the community. I want to better the kids, the family names that I grew up with, their grandkids, their kids. I want to show them the way. I want to offer them a place to come that's safe. They can work out, feel good about themselves, meet kids. So I offer that. So that puts me in position to want to offer more for my town, my village. I know with my counter buddy running, Billy Blaze, with the Holistic Cloud, he does so much volunteer work and so much. He gives back to the community. Salvation Army raised over $70,000, I think. It gave it back to him. Kids. He helped with our second annual Lions Only Bash. Was a success. Right behind the Holistic Cloud and Jackie Unique Treats. We packed that place with over 350 people. Everything there was free. We had bouncy houses. We had dunk tanks. We had free food, catered food, Undo's food. We had a DJ. We had face painting. I mean, we had it all back there, and that was for the community. I mean, we give back. We don't just preach that we're going to give back. We live it every day. We're always giving back to the community. So we get on council. That's our habit. That's our habitat, man. We're out there giving back, getting things done, helping kids, helping elders, helping people. And why wouldn't you want that on your village council? You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Which I'm going to put a shout out to Holistic Cloud. And I hope I can get you here sometime.
Oh, yeah.
I'd love to have him here.
Oh,
I'd love
he
to,
would.
Talk about the stuff he's done, the stuff he's getting ready to do. I'm trying to get as many. My goal really is to support all the local businesses.
Yes.
I want to help you. I want to become a sponsor, so I want to talk about that after this. I'm trying to. I want to get the local businesses business and help as much as I can because
awesome.
I feel like local businesses are very important. A lot of my friends that I grew up with went from selling drugs, doing bad things to, now they got their life cleaned up. They got businesses, they got tattoo shops, they got cell phone places.
Yeah.
I mean, you name it, they're doing it.
It's awesome.
And I want to support them. And I'm hoping to be on the same level. Like I said, I want to be on the same level as everybody else. I'm trying to better this area. I'm trying to better the world. I'm trying to go big. I don't want to just better, Belmont County. I want to take it to the state and then out of the state. I want to, I want to do as much as I can, and it's very important to me. I don't know, man. There's something inside me. I knew, like, I know that I'm supposed to be doing something, and I'm somebody. And I think I've really figured it out. I got a voice, and I want my voice to be heard by as many people as I can get.
I'm telling you, I know that this is going to take off. This is going to be great, and you have a voice and a platform to do good. I mean, you can do good and bring so much good. See, the problem is the state of mind in this area is not a building state of mind. We got businesses. See, I think of life as chess, not checkers. So absolutely. I'm always thinking strategic moves. I read The Art of War by Sun Tzu. I read 48 Laws of Power. I read books to open up my mind so I can think strategically in life, because that's what life is. It's a strategic battle. So with you starting this podcast, which I think is amazing. I love the setup. With the local businesses we have and coming together, you create more for the community than you do separate. A lot of old ways of thinking is I'm going to start my business up, blow my business up, and wipe out everybody else. No. It's not like that. No. Say we have Lions Only. Now I get with my brother Bill. He has the Holistic Cloud. Okay, we're building now. Now I go over, Gula's joins in. Now the Roosevelt joins in. Frizzy's Customs joins in. Now we're building a dynasty. We're building a team. Now, do you want your team to go to war with just a couple? Or do you want to have a strong backing? You want to have everybody on your side.
Absolutely.
Because then that's where the big changes come. That's where everybody gets together. We throw a bash with everybody together. We can pack it with thousands of people to enjoy free food, free music, free entertainment. See,
and you got, if I, once because it's going to build. I know it is. I know, I got a lot of people on my side, and I'm willing to reach out and do what I got to do to get more people. And when you have that many people, your voice isn't only heard. You can make changes, and you kind of can control a lot of things that if you couldn't do just by yourself. But when you got a whole, a lot of people behind you, and I like the community thing. I want everybody I work with, I want to keep us all in a nice circle. I want to work together, and I just want to keep building. Before you know it, man, you never know where this could go, and I think that I can take it somewhere that people are going to be like, man, that's crazy, unbelievable.
And that's cool. And there's so many ways you can push Brantcast, so many ways that it can help people and influence people. Like, you can be such a big part of just getting word out, changing somebody's life. I think it's a beautiful thing, man, and I love your vision. I love how you have it set up. Plus, me and you, man, we've known each other for a long time, and been through a lot of stuff. And somebody like you, somebody like me, we can help these kids, help people struggling, help people going through things they think they can never get out of, and let them know, man, at the end of that road there's sunshine, man.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. You know what they say, and after the rain comes the sunshine. So once you get through that storm, there's better things. But some people need to see somebody who's been through that, so they know. We hear about these overdoses all the time and these people dying. They're not making it to prove anything to anybody. They're showing them that there ain't nowhere to go. But if somebody changes their lives like me and you have, and they see us doing good, seeing us prospering, or seeing us helping people, then they're like, man, there is an end to something better.
Especially when people look at me. I know you've seen me, at my worst and now at my best. Like, I've been up and down a lot, and I think that these drugs are killing people like crazy.
Yeah.
This meth, it's unreal. And now this fentanyl. One of my buddies just died from Blair. I know you know who it is. He just died the other day. And, it's crazy. I didn't even think he used like that. But I guess you don't have to. It's just all it takes is one time.
Yeah.
It takes one time. They're putting it in marijuana. They're putting it... Like, I didn't believe when my mom's like, I heard they're putting it in marijuana. I'm like, yeah, right. They are. It's in everything. Everything, and it's killing people crazy. And you know what's crazy is when people that are on drugs, they see somebody die, they want to know where they got that dope because they want to get that. They know it's good. Like, if it's killing somebody, and that's on. It's crazy. It's crazy, man.
Yeah, and man, just with no opportunity here in the valley, there's a lot of depression. There's a lot of bipolarness, man, and a lot of mental health issues that I think that with the right people around and good things happening could persuade these people to not go a route of drugs. That's why I'm big on the kids, man. I want to get them kids positive, confident up and away from them drugs. Because I always tell people this. You can either take care of your kids and give them what they want, show them a positive direction, or the streets can take care of your kids.
Absolutely.
And the streets aren't going to show them the positive things that you want for them. It's all negative, cutthroat, and they will be put through the ringer if you don't step up and show them the right way. And, mom and dad sometimes aren't always together, and it's not as easy. Maybe you have a single mom. She's working 2 jobs to take care of her family. But the thing is, if we start to put things in place in the community that's positive, uplifting, an outlet for these kids and people to go to, then it's not so much pressure on mom and dad. Then the community can help guide and raise the kids, like the old rec center days, some old coaches you can think of coming up that were there and you appreciated. That started to fade away, man.
And they're our future.
And to
be honest, like I said, with putting stuff together, I'm gonna try to put some real stuff. I got some people that are in the music business that I think I could probably get. We could probably really throw a bash at some point. Have music there, have live music. We have a lot of stuff, man. I got a lot of people on my side. I might have done a lot of bad things, but I had a good name in that bad way. You know what I mean? So everybody says, everybody knows I'm a solid dude, and they're willing to help me do a bunch of positive stuff. And I want to get there, Rick. Yes. I really do. And if you can give anybody some advice, that's watching, kids, parents, you could give me some. What can you tell them? Can you tell them anything to?
What I want to tell them is stay true to yourself. Stay true to them inner voices that you hear. And don't go chasing the limelight. Don't go chasing the most popular thing to do. Stay true to who you are. And in the midst of all that battle that comes your way, if you stay true to who you are, you'll be known as a solid dude, a solid girl. Somebody solid, it carries more weight than somebody flashy, somebody who's always in trouble. Stay focused, stay solid. Because when you're solid, man, a lot of people can dig that. They can relate to you.
That's why the only reason that I'm able to do what I do, because I stayed solid. And another thing, I think, just like I got these that I made this shirt and stuff I got on Dream Big. These kids, see, this is another thing. These parents, these kids will have these big dreams to do these wild, crazy things, and the parents are like, oh, you can't do that. Don't let, first off, I want the parents to know, let your kids try to live their dreams. I look at it like this. How many people that are going to watch this that are grown-ups, whatever, are miserable because they are just they're being average. They're working a job like, oh well, let's play it safe. Mm-hmm. What dreams did you have that you're not doing? That you could have been doing. What did you when you're 75 years old and you're looking back, you're like, man, I didn't do anything with my life. I could have done this, coulda, shoulda, woulda. Yeah. Listen, don't let the kids whatever they think they can do. If they want to be the president, they can be the president. Who says they can't? You know what I mean?
Don't preach curses into your kid's life, man. Telling your kid that they can't be something that they dream and have passion for is putting a curse, a traditional family curse. That's what I say. I look at it as curses, always quitting, dropping out of school, being depressed, doing drugs. It's a family curse. You got to break the curses. And the first time to break a curse is to do what you believe in, do your passion. Because once you don't do fear is the most horrible thing in this world. Fear makes you not succeed with your dreams. If you can take fear out and be fearless, it makes you a dangerous person. And the less you fear, the more that you'll accomplish. Take away, who cares what people think? Who cares if you fail? It doesn't matter. I'm running for council. I don't care if I fail. I'm running. I have ideas. I think I can help make Bel Air a better village.
You're not doing it just because you want to be the most popular guy.
I'm not doing it.
That's the thing. Even with this podcast, the reason that it's going to do well is because this is all real. This is raw. This is my passion. This is what I want to do with my life.
Yes.
I'm not making this up. I'm not trying to be somebody I'm not. This is me.
Yes.
This is Brant, and I dream big. I dream big, and I'm going to execute on my dream. That's
Yeah.
just what it is. I'm not, I'm confident. And another thing is, I'm going to fight again. I'm no fighter. But there's something about fighting that when you get in the ring, it's you, yourself, and nobody else.
Yeah, and
you're
nobody-
the only one.
Yeah.
And it's not about, to me, it's not about winning.
No.
It's about, can I get hit all these times
And keep moving.
getting back up, man.
Yeah.
Like the old Rocky movie, it's cliche saying, but listen, it's really is not about how hard you can hit. It's about how many times you can get hit and keep getting up. That is
Yes.
the true. It's the truth, and it's just real, man. And I think I can get hit. Anybody can hit me however they want. And guess who's getting back up?
Yes.
Because I'm a soldier.
And that's the thing, man. Nobody that's got anything worth anything, CEOs of a multi-billion-dollar industry, has failed several
Have to fail.
several times, have been knocked down. Some of the realest people you know and some of the most influential people you know have been through hell and fought their way out to get back. And that's what I'm saying. That's why they say iron sharpens iron.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Iron sharpens iron, man. And without these tests, without these battles, you're just a flimsy piece of metal, man. And you have to go through the fire to get hard.
Yep.
You
And
know?
listen, I just put it like this. This is how confident I am. Let's take this viral. Like, subscribe, everybody hit me. I'm going to go viral with this. That's
Yeah.
where I'm at. That's how
All right.
confident I am. I'm going to go big.
That's sweet.
I'm going to go big. It's go big or go home.
Go big or go home,
And
man.
anybody that's dreaming, listen, keep your dreams and you think, like, don't when you set a goal that is completely unreachable. I always put it like this, you know what I mean? It's like shoot for the stars. But
And-
if I don't make it to the stars, I'll land on the moon. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whatever the saying goes, that's
Yep,
the truth, man.
that's the
Like
truth.
that's how it should be.
Yeah.
And it's just how it is, man. Well, listen, Rick, I appreciate you being here.
Oh, yeah, it was a
listen,
pleasure.
dream big. I want to have you back. We're going to do some sponsor stuff.
Awesome, man. And we got a spaghetti dinner coming up March 18th. Correct? March 18th. We'll be down at the Blair Firehouse. We're doing a fundraiser for the big bash at the end of the year. It's $6 a ticket. That gets you spaghetti. That gets you a salad and a drink for $6 or $8. $8.
Is there any number of tickets that you're trying to sell, or are you trying to hit like a goal on it?
We have 200 printed right now. If we could sell all 200,
Let's get 200 sold.
Yep.
We're going to get 200
Let's
sold.
get 200 sold.
That's to everybody out here. We're doing some positive stuff. Help us
Yes.
out. Let's get there. I'll put all the information on my page.
Okay.
It'll all be there.
That'll be sweet. And we're going to have raffle baskets. Pittsburgh Steelers reached out to us.
Ooh,
They
sweet.
sent in something sweet. The Pittsburgh Pirates sent 2 free club seats. So that's going to be in the raffle. The Cleveland Browns are sending tickets. So that's going to be in the raffle. And the Cleveland Cavs are reaching back to us. We'll know what they got. Washington Wild Things. We got 4 tickets in there for them. That'll be in a raffle. Then we got all the businesses putting raffles in. So you can come out. We're going to have a DJ. We're going to serve some food. We're going to have some drinks. We're going to party, man, and have fun and raise money for the youth of this valley. We're going to throw them a bash, a community bash that you can come out to yourself and see what you helped do, what you helped flourish. Planting these seeds, and at the end of the year, we're going to throw a mega one. We're going to have 2 face painters. We're going to have a DJ. We're going to have 3 bouncy houses. I mean, we're going to do it big, bigger and better every year until we shut the block down and have a carnival. I mean, so those are the dreams
go.
that I like, man. We've got 200 tickets printed out. Let's sell those. Let's sell more than those. And we're going to get these tickets sold, and then we're going to pack that pasta in there, have this spaghetti, this salad, this bread, and a drink, and a lot of ways to win some really nice stuff that's real expensive. So come on down and have fun. March 18th, Blair Firehouse. Buy your $8 ticket and you're in there, man. It's going to be fun.
Well, hey, man, I appreciate you coming. Till next time, dream big.
Yes.
And we're going to shoot to the moon, to the stars, wherever we want to shoot.
That's all right.
Appreciate you, buddy.
I appreciate you. Appreciate everything, man. This is sweet.